All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a nice past few days. Here I am very early in Panama, a little bit earlier than usual. But I wanted to make a quick video talking about what we got going on this weekend, because we do have some important things going on this weekend astrologically. I did make the weekly about a lot of this stuff, so it's on the weekly, but I wanted to give a little more perspective about what we've got, and maybe just talk a little bit about how I'm feeling it here these opening days. It's Thursday today, by the way. But today, Thursday, we've got Mercury sextiling up to Venus. We've got Jupiter sextiling up to the Sun. So some nice, easy aspects today and tomorrow. Then on Saturday, the Sun's going to be trining up to Neptune. It's another easy aspect. And Mercury starts to go retrograde. Mercury's going to go retrograde Saturday, Sunday. And then Mars is going to go into Leo, coming out of the watery Cancer energy, adding to some of that self-expression or bit of fire that we've been feeling since earlier in the week when the Sun shifted into Leo. By the way, if you are new to the channel, you definitely want to check the link down below. The signs are different here. We're using the actual size of the constellations. And what else? And then the weekend tops off with the Sun trining up to Saturn. So it's just tons of stuff going on. And they're all easy, with the exception of maybe a Mercury retrograde. But of course, regardless of what the aspect is, there's always a benefit from it, a good way of using it, because these are all for our life experiences, for our life path, and our development as spiritual beings here on Earth. So let's talk about today a little bit. Mercury sextiling Venus, the Sun sextiling Jupiter. Just an opening here. We can choose or choose not to sort of utilize it, but could be some easygoingness in relationships, certainly. Good enjoyment of routine. I'm going to go ahead and turn around here. Actually, I've already been walking for a bit. Enjoying the routine. I was feeling that quite a bit yesterday, and I can feel that I'm going to be enjoying the routine today. I downloaded this app. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Push or something like that. I'll put a link down in the description for those of you that are interested. But it tracks all of the habits you want to build. Like if you want to go to bed by a certain time, or eat a certain diet, or whatever. You just put whatever you want in there, and then you track when you do it. And so if you do it on a daily basis, then it shows everything. You got everything checked off, and then it also has some stats, which I haven't really messed around with yet, but it'll show you like how many days in a row you're building your habits. So really good for tracking any type of goals or daily routines that you want to build. So I've been enjoying that, and I'm probably going to enjoy that today. Went to bed early last night, waking up little bit earlier than usual. You can see all the cloud coverage here, about 30 minutes to an hour earlier than usual. But yeah, enjoying the routine. So there's that side of it. You may or may not feel that. Some of you may be just having a good day at work. Venus sextiling Mercury, maybe enjoying some relationships at work, because Mercury is all about the day-to-day. And enjoying anything Mercury-based. Communication, sharing of ideas, again, going towards that relationship stuff. And also, too, like reading, writing. I'm still enjoying that coding, by the way, doing programming for Android apps, which I'm learning about. Enjoying that quite a bit, which is also Mercury. Language. Anything involving language. So that's that. Easygoingness, more than likely. That Mercury is in Leo, adding to the self-expression, and Venus is in Gemini, adding to the Mercury type of energy. So the Sun is going to be sextiling up to Jupiter as well, which I'm also feeling. I'm actually feeling quite inspired for productive things, but just in general. Like feels like a good day to have some fun, especially with the sun in Leo. So I do have a lot of work today. Today's when I do the weeklies. But yeah, if I have some extra time, maybe I'll go out into town, hang out a little bit, all right? That kind of fun type of energy. Because Jupiter always does expand what it contacts, and here it's contacting the sun in Leo. So you could be feeling it quite expressive, maybe jovial, optimistic about the future. And yeah, just seeing some potentials. And there could be some opportunities today, depending on your personal chart. You know, if you've got other things lining up with today, there's 2 sextiles. Sextiles are usually some sort of opening. So like I always say, you can choose or choose not to, you know, enjoy the sextiles, enjoy the new opportunity. So let me know how, let me know how you all are experiencing that. It's very wet today, very muddy actually. You can see here. I mean, you can probably see it behind me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the day. Let me know how you are experiencing it. Now the moon is going to be in Aquarius for just a little bit of this day. So just a few hours after me publishing this video, so you may feel a bit of that Aquarius energy. By the way, Venus is also like self-image and stuff, and I just woke up this morning and I was like, you know, I'm kind of sick of that beard. I just shaved my beard off. I mean, I still have obviously some scruff there because I don't have a actual shaver. I just have one of those trimmers. But yeah, you could enjoy feeling good, looking good. Great day, I think, for anything involving like salon or makeup or clothing, you know, stuff like that. But anyways, what was I saying? What was I talking about? Oh, the moon. So the moon's in Aquarius. Could be feeling, which I'm feeling a bit, you know, free to be myself, right? It's free to be myself and enjoying a bit of change, some new things. Bit of that eccentricity, innovation, that type of stuff. But the moon is going to be shifting into Pisces for most of the weekend, up until about mid-Sunday. So if you are starting to feel, which you should at some point as Thursday unfolds, that receptive Pisces energy. Now, mind you, we are in the disseminating phase of this solar eclipse cycle, this lunar cycle. So the energies are very full. And when the energies are full, obviously we have more energy and more vigor and stuff. But when it's in Pisces, which is a very different sign relative to like energy and stuff, it's usually a little bit more about like developing intuition. Oh, those are those green parrots. Let me see if I can catch them. I don't think we caught them. There's like a whole family, huge family of like green parrots up in these trees over here. Really cool. Anyways, see, this is the beauty of going for a morning walk. We can just kind of be distracted by the nature as we talk. But yeah, so anyways, with the Pisces, when the moon's full in Pisces, it's more about like intuition. Not so much about, like, it might be for some of you, like getting your alone time and stuff, especially if you have like Pisces at the end of your chart, 12th house. But it could be really good for, of course, getting your alone time, spiritual activities and things like that. But usually when the moon's full, it's more about intuition developing, more presence developing in your day-to-day, just a greater connection to your beingness. So I try to meditate every day. I always do recommend meditating anyways. But when the moon's in Pisces, it's very good because, yeah, it helps us connect to that beingness. Because when things are Piscean and when the moon's in Pisces, it's like emphasizing this theme. And the theme is that of, really surrendering. Something crawling in those bushes. Surrendering and being present. Surrendering the mind. Surrendering any future projections. Or past even. But anything that you know, the mind is wanting to understand and figure out. That's what can create a lot of the confusion and the uncertainty and stuff with Pisces. But the more present we are, that's when we really develop that Pisces intuition, really true, what I consider to be true happiness, which is being that state of connecting to everything and seeing the beauty of life when the mind is finally quieted down. So I think it'll be more that kind of thing in terms of this great opportunity this weekend to enjoy some of that beingness, however you do that. And some of us meditate in different ways. You know, we might, you know, go for a run or do some cleaning, do some art. It's a fantastic time to be doing art and projects right now with Leo. But whatever it is, helps you, you know, get into a state of presence. Creativity is really good for presence. So yeah, so that's what we got today and the weekend with the moon in Pisces. So real quick, let's talk about, let's see. So yeah, going into tomorrow, we'll still feel some of this energy we're feeling today in terms of that Mercury, Venus, Sun, Jupiter stuff. But tomorrow the Sun's going to trine up to Neptune. Let me just make sure that is correct. Or no, excuse me, Venus is going to trine Neptune. Sorry, Venus is going to trine Neptune Friday and Saturday. So that's actually really good for the relationships. A lot of easygoingness. I'm kind of feeling it actually, but I don't know if it's from the Mercury sextile Venus. But no, actually, the Neptune should be just a bit of more accepting nature regarding social stuff and relationships. And it's very, it's also just like that Pisces, right? Just being and accepting, easy. That's why it's easygoing, because we're just more accepting about things. Could also be romantic for those of you in a relationship. But, you know, romance is the same type of energy we can experience with anyone. Not in the necessarily romantic sense, but in the sense of just connecting on a, you know, more essential level of love and connecting to our essence. And so it does make it great for that, just receptivity in general. And dreaminess, for those of you that are creative, this can be an excellent weekend for all types of imaginative types of creativity, as well as music. Music is always very Piscean, Neptunian, right? So that kind of, it's all supportive. So it's that kind of spiritual energy. So as we get into later, actually it'll be Saturday mostly. Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, Mercury goes retrograde. So things are slowing down. If you've got any like projects or things that you're considering starting, good to be as flexible as possible. I personally I'm getting very close to starting that Patreon page I was talking about. But then I'm starting to notice that there's some things I'm starting to reconsider. Not the whole thing, but just things about it, like the times, when I actually want to do it. Because originally I was going to do it on like Mondays and Tuesdays after work. For those of for all of you in the U.S., because that's really where most of my audience is. But for me, that would be like so late. So I realized, I was like, okay, if I want to do it like after 6 p.m. for those of you on the West Coast, that would be like 9 o'clock for me once we do the time change, and that would just be way too late to moderate it, you know, and that kind of thing. So I'm still figuring out the times. Right now I've got probably the most likely is going to be Sundays, like mid-Sundays. I know it's kind of a tough day because that's when we like hang out with family or go to church or do barbecues and things like that. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if mid-Sunday would work. Maybe a little bit later if you're on the East Coast. It would probably be like Sunday at like 6 p.m. or something. So anyways, I'm tossing that around with the Mercury retrograde. So it's good to just kind of be flexible. As I always say, it's not good to like avoid things and push things away, but good to kind of just understand that over the next few weeks, we could be redoing things and new information could be coming to light to, to change things as well. All right, and then the Mars is going into Leo, so probably around Saturday, Sunday, we'll start to feel this shift into more of the fire energy. Mars coming out of Cancer, probably be a lot easier to assert ourselves, do anything that's active. So we'll probably be feeling a lot of that vigor with our self-expression even more. Probably very direct with our self-expression, maybe more motivation to get creative, all that kind of Leo stuff. So it's still Leo time, but we'll probably add to that. Well, it'll certainly add to that once Mars goes in there, especially around Sunday and going into next week. And then Sunday, we have the Sun trining Saturn. So Sunday could be a particularly grounding day, which is good. Anything productive will be good for that day. And then the moon starts to shift into Aries about midday on Sunday. So that's when we'll get a bit more of the active energy in terms of how we're feeling. Because again, it'll be in Pisces for most of the weekend. So we'll get a bit of that vigor there as well. All right, so I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you again for all of your likes, comments, and shares. And I'll see you next week. All right, have a good one. Take care.